Oh, well, what about the Daily Mail going with, Scott?
Well, they're talking about Labour are willing to pander to sectarianism.
Nailed it.
I sound drunk. Britain is at risk of being taken over by dangerous sectarian politics, the Tory chairman warned last night. Richard Holden accused Labour of exploiting the Middle East conflict to win votes. Although I don't think Labour did that. I think what they did actually was they lost some votes because they aren't protesting against Israel and Gaza enough. I think that's what's actually happening. So I think the opposite of what he's claiming is happening. But what is kind of going on is I think Labour lost some of their party members to the Green Party and other parties.
Yeah. Yeah, it's more like they're about to pander. I mean, Starmer changed his language slightly. The Muslim vote is leaving. He's visiting like Harlow 5 times to try and keep them on board. But he changed his tone slightly about the ceasefire. He hasn't pandered yet. I feel like he's about to pander.
I think he's more... Do students vote? I think he's more worried about the young vote because I don't think the Muslim population can be brushed with any wide swath of anything. I think that a lot of people live in this country are as opposed to what's going on in being driven by the Palestinian government as other people are. But I think young people seem to be drawn to this issue because it seems to sort of give them a voice that they've neglected.
Yeah.
I think they felt ignored before at university level. I think everyone's picking this up as sort of something that they can promote themselves with.
Yeah, they're projecting onto it. What do you think, Paul?
Well, he's walking on a fine line here because he sees himself as the next Prime Minister like the rest of us do. So he knows when he enters into geopolitics that he needs to have certain opinions. And this isn't... There are plenty of people not backing the ceasefire out there, so he's having to step back and act prime ministerial. But at the same time, he's losing some of his grassroots, like Scott rightly says, the student vote, because they don't know what they're talking about. They're just going with the current thing, Nick.
Yeah. Well, yes. I mean, it's going to be made easier for him if this Rafah thing carries on because it's going to be more unpopular to back Israel, so maybe he'll get out of it. But knowing the sort of far left, they'll probably say, well, he didn't back it early enough. You know, he was too pro-Israel early on, so they'll probably never forgive him. And so now he's got this constant wing of his party to worry about.
I don't believe that the far left are of much of an issue to Keir Starmer anymore, though. He has been successful by eradicating the far left from Labour. I mean, all Corbynites and Momentum are now gone. To some degree, and in doing so, he's made them a more central party, which has given him... I mean, obviously, the Tories have capitulated and become more Labour than Labour, etc., etc.
But the local elections, I know they can't map perfectly onto the general, but they indicate some people are going to Lib Dems and Green and so on. Let's see. Anyway, either way, he's not my Prime Minister. I just want to say that.